Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Rosalie from Rosalily Craft Studios. Today I'm sharing a flip through of some of Maremi's small art collage ephemera books by Marta. I was lucky enough to recently purchase these from Krafters cart here in New Zealand, but when I was deciding which books to buy, I found it really hard to choose. There weren't many clear photos of the insides available, and most of the previews I found were long videos. So if you're in the same position I was, I'm hoping this flip through of the 3 new additions to my craft collection will help you decide which book suits you best. This is a quick flip through, however, but if you'd like a more in-depth look at these books, I highly recommend checking out the Maremi Small Art YouTube channel. I go through phases with my crafting. Right now I'm very much into card making, but I also really love art journaling, even though I haven't made time for it in quite a while. When I saw Maremi's Jumbo Card Challenge, I thought it would be a great way to ease myself back into art journaling. I'll be honest though, I do find art journaling a little challenging because I'm a bit of a perfectionist and art journaling can definitely be messy. So this year, 2026, my goal is to relax a bit more, go with the flow and just enjoy the process. Well, that's the plan anyway. We'll see how I go. The books we are going through today are Winter Edition Bits and Bobs, Gnomes in Winter Wonderland and Whispers of Winter. We're going to start with the Winter Edition Bits and Bobs. Okay, for start off, I am going to be starting my flip through from the back of the book. So this book is Winter Editions, and the paper it's not a bad paper. It's pretty good. I don't know what GSM it is. So that's the back page, tells you some information. There is a Facebook page that you can go on and see people's makes. That's a bonus page. I believe that is a snapshot of what you may expect from other books. This back page here is the same design as on the left, but in a brighter version. And I do quite like the fact that all the pages have that design on the back of them. I really quite like those fairies though. They are quite adorable. I do like the fact that it comes with sentiments or words or things like that. And there is a lot of different pictures in here to be used. There is a lot of different fairies and there is a lot of different pictures of animals and backgrounds. Look at that beautiful background up the top there. Some signs that could be cut up and added to your collage. They are probably quite handy actually. Got some things in my brain there that's, there's lots of little bits and pieces here. The fungi, mushrooms, whatever you want to call them. They are pretty cute with that little birdie up the top there. These pictures of the houses, also quite cute. So, I don't know about you, but I do have a wee bit of a confession to make. So this page is not one of my favourites. These pages, I feel like I would struggle to use these pages. Not so much the fairies. I think the fairies, looking at them, and you could put them on cards even. You could cut them out and use them as your focal points on just a card. And, same as these cute little animals and little, look at that little mouse in the middle. And the little rabbit down the bottom. The doggies and the kitties, they're so cute. These houses are pretty cool. I quite like that. But back to my confession, I really dislike fussy cutting. So that is going to be a bit of a challenge for me for a start off because, yes, I'm going to have to try and find a good pair of scissors for fussy cutting. I have heard fussy cutting is easier if you use the right type of scissors. I really like those rabbits. And, look at the little deer down the bottom. They're so cute. Some more fungus or mushrooms or toadstools. I don't know what you call them, but I know they are quite popular to use in art journaling. I have done art journaling in the past, not necessarily as much collage. I do find it a bit more difficult for myself to get out of my head, and I like watching other people do it, but I tend to not know how they've gotten from one point to another. So I am basically going to be following other people's inspiration and seeing what I get. See, I don't mind these jars. Compared to the other ephemera things, I feel like I'd use the jars more. And the little houses are cute. The fact that it's got little words in different parts of the book as well is great, I think. So we've got some more houses. And I think the houses are just adorable. Are any of you following along with Maremi's Jumbo Card Challenge? I do quite like these flowers. The fussy cutting of them might be quite difficult, but I'm going to have to be doing some practice on that this year. I mean, I wish I could just use my brother scan and cut for it, but that's another thing that I'm going to be trying to learn this year, is how to use my brother scan and cut more. And I do know you need a sort of definite outline to be able to use that effectively. The fairies might be all right, I'm not sure, but oh my gosh, those are adorable. Those window backgrounds, they're quite cute. I feel like they'd be quite good to use in a background. Another page that I feel like I will have difficulty with. I just can't think of how I'd use them. And this one here, sort of the same, apart from the signs. I think I could use the signs, but the small pictures with the windows and stuff, I'm not sure how I'd use them. The flowers, I've seen lots of inspiration with using the flowers from Maremi's books, so I feel like they would definitely be an easier thing to use. These, oh, look at that flower on that fence down the bottom there, that's quite cute. And that house, oh, that house is beautiful. Another page I think I would find difficult to use. And the globes, I know a lot of people love the globes. I am not a huge fan, but you never know. Maybe I'll change my mind one day. Maybe I'll find a way to use them that suits me. Look at those birds, they're adorable. And those cute houses on the side are really they're very cute, very cute. Some more cute fairies. Oh, look at the one drinking the drink. That is so adorable. The house, not the houses, the fences, I'm not sure. They'd be quite difficult to fussy cut, in my opinion. I do like those backgrounds though, they are quite good. But yeah, how do you art journal? I have done some art journaling with my Lavinia stamps, more the stamping things rather than the collage. Oh, I do like those are adorable. She has a lot of cute animals and fairies in a lot of her books, I believe. I do like those backgrounds. Those backgrounds are quite... I'm kind of torn. I kind of can't wait to get into to use my book, but at the same time I do not want to be cutting it up. So it's going to be difficult to make that first cut, I think. So the fences, I don't know if I'd use them much because I feel like not being a good fussy cutter, I'd find that difficult. But, we'll see. But yes, I think she's got, oh look, what have we got? 6, 12, 18, 24 books there. And that's the end of that book there. And the next book that we're going to look at is Whispers of Winter. So the Whispers of Winter book, if I had had a look at them previously, I probably wouldn't have bought this one. But I did, because I didn't see them and I didn't go to Maremi's page to have a look and see if she had, at the time, look-throughs of the book, flip-throughs of the book. I have seen she has got a couple on them. They're about half an hour, so whether or not I would have looked at them at the time, I'm not sure. I mean, I like some of these backgrounds, but would I have bought the entire book for them? Probably not, because as you saw in the Bits and Bob one, it does have backgrounds in it, and just starting out, I think this book cost me, I think it was $45, $45, something like that. And, you know, they varied from about $44 to $52 or something a book. I would have preferred to maybe spend that $50 mark and get a different book, possibly another Bits and Bobs book. I have since bought 2 other books. I've bought the Christmas Bits and Bobs and the spring, one of this something spring book, and I really like them. I wasn't going to get this was what I was going to get, but with Krafters cart, you know, it was out of stock, so I put it on the wait list, and anyway she got it in about 2 days after I'd done my order. So I ended up getting it in because I don't like to put something on the wait list and then not get it when she's gotten it in, you know, because sometimes she gets things in specifically because people have put them on the wait list. So yes. So what ended up happening was, because the book that I had put on the notify me when it comes back in stock came back into stock, I ended up buying that one, and then I ended up also buying the Spring Stories one because I did see some things for that and I thought it was quite cute. Now we're going to look at the Gnomes in Winter Wonderland book. This one is probably my favourite out of the 3 winter ones that I got so far. I do really like the gnomes, although I keep wanting to call them fairies, but they are gnomes. And I like the colour palette of these books. I love the fact that the pages have got the other design on the back of them. So where I was saying before that there were certain pages I wasn't as fond of and I wasn't sure how I'd use them, that doesn't concern me, because I'll use the opposite page for backgrounds and you know, things like that. So I'm not concerned that there's some pages on there that I don't like, because it just means I don't have to feel guilty for using the back of it. You know, so I am actually away at the moment, so look at those, they're so cute. I'm away for a few days. These just arrived not long before I left, just enough for me to sort of do these videos, and I kind of can't wait to get back and get stuck in. I've just got to work out, I love that little boy down the bottom, where I'm going to start. So I think they're up to like card number 19 at this stage. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself, because art journaling, it just doesn't come easy to me. I like the idea of it. I like watching other people do it. But I really struggle with the whole collage thing and the fussy cutting thing. So I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. So I'm thinking, because I think what I've noticed is that they don't come out in any regular time. They just come out when Maremi's Marta's got time to do them. So I think what I might do is I'm going to follow along as she puts out new ones, but if I'm wanting to do extra, I might go back and start at number 1. So, you know, whenever I've got time and I feel like doing it, I'm still using my stash and using my supplies, because I was lucky enough to get my own studio this year. I've only just managed to get into it. I'm still sorting it out and trying to organise everything into a usable way. Look at them, they're adorable. But that is my goal this year, is to get in there and use things. Some of my goals that I've set this year to help me along the way is to smash my paper stash, use my stash, so shop my stash when possible, and just to make sure that I do take time for myself, to have some self-care and, you know, spend some time in there enjoying myself, stress-free, hopefully. But that was the end of that flip through. Thank you for being here. So I will probably do a video of the other 2 books that I've gotten at some stage, do a flip through of them. I am going to be putting the shortened versions of these on my Instagram page, Rosa Lily's Craft Studio. And if you like this video, like, subscribe. I am hoping to do more videos in the future. However, this is currently my first video. So yes, thank you for joining me.